Mate, I literally have gone from feeling like I was going to die to feeling like I want to sing a mother song.
Probably you should say that.
Probably should have.
Go on.
Whoa!
That's Carpy.
That was amazing.
That was it.
That was incredible. How good was that?
My crotch is moist, but I think it's because this drip. Today, you join me in my car, and that's because we're doing something a little bit different. I'm on my way to Lincoln to meet up with Mark Pictures, where we're going to be doing an interview, but with a little bit of a different style. We're going to be in the car, doing different things, and I'm going to be asking lots of questions, just to try and get to know the real Mark Pictures. So I've got just under a 3-hour journey. It's just gone 5 AM, so I'll see you when we get there. It's 3 hours since I last spoke to you, and we are in the general vicinity of the lake. As with all sat navs, they take you to roughly the right area, and then it's just a free-for-all, find it yourself, mate. So I think I've found the lakes. Mark should be there. He's doing some tutorials on Old Mill Lakes, but I think he needs a few supplies for his session, so we're going to pick him up, take him to Tesco, ask him some questions along the way, and find out a little bit more about Mark.
You didn't film that sneeze, did you?
Yep.
Really? It was a good sneeze.
Getting then.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the first interview.
Thank you very much.
In my lovely Volt. I'm sorry, firstly, that it's not a GTR or a Range Rover SVR as you requested, but not all famous people can get what they want.
No, I saw that, but no, don't worry. I'm not offended.
Before we go, I must warn you that there is intermittent brake failure, and that is a genuine thing. But we should be fine. It'll get fixed soon.
Yeah. Where are you taking me?
Ice cream. I need ice cream.
Really?
It's hot.
It is hot, and I like it hot.
It might be too hot. So first off, what is it you're actually doing here? Because I'm aware you do tutorials.
Yeah. I've got 2 days down here. Tutorials, and that's what a lot of my time is now, really, doing tutorials. I absolutely love it. I get such a massive buzz from doing them. If someone gets a PB, or well, not even a PB, if they catch on a method that they've never caught on before, or you see them improving the casting, it's such a buzz. I love it.
Yeah,
absolutely love it.
So I guess you cater for a range of abilities and experience and things.
Some people are brand new, have hardly picked up a rod before, and you have some people which are pretty advanced and just want a few tweaks.
That sounds good. And how do you go about getting onto one of those?
I have a website, markpictures.co.uk. People can contact me through there, but I am generally booked up quite a while in advance, really. I open the bookings in the November, and usually by December I'm full for the whole of the next year. So the spaces are taken quite quickly, really.
Now, me and you, Mark, I have actually met you once before. It was at the big one. Unfortunately, there was a stand between us, and I remember you saying something. Do you remember what you said?
For your beautiful hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I've admired it for a long time.
there was something else you said as well.
Yes. How much I wanted to lick it.
Well, there's no longer a barrier between us.
No.
It is hot.
It is very lickable, your hair. I don't know what it is. I've had a trim. I'm like a moth to a flame. I just see it, I just want to lick it.
I'm afraid I had it chopped the other day. It's not in its full summer bloom. So
is it natural?
It is natural, yeah.
No way, really?
So for all the trolls that always say it's a perm and things, it's not. It is natural.
I had a perm once, back in about 1992.
I wasn't even born then, by the way.
Thanks. But that was a crazy time. What was I doing?
I'm guessing if we keep driving, we'll arrive at a town.
Yeah. I saw down there's a police van right there.
There is a police van right there. Carry on. So when I came to the big one, obviously you had your new DVD for sale, In Pursuit of Carpiness. That was you and Harry went on a trip. I did enjoy it very much so. So
thank you.
But one burning question is, where did the phobia of slugs come from?
That goes back quite a lot of years actually. It was when I was fishing on the Essex Manor, and woke up, made myself a brew, did myself some breakfast as well, cooked some sausages, bacon, and what have you. Just finished my brew. Thought I'd use the rest of the water, last bit of water in the kettle to clean out my pan. Poured it out in the pan. Out popped a boiled slug about that long. And since then, they just terrify me. For me, like after drinking them, the next sort of worst thing that could possibly happen is when you get a fish in the middle of the night, and then you grab all the landing net and there's a slug on it. That actually gets me squealing like a girl. Or if you jump out, put your trainers on or your Crocs on, flip flops, whatever, and there's a slug, and you're barefoot and you can feel it mashing between your toes. That is just, I'm terrified of them.
So most people when they're fishing don't like to thought of rats and vermin.
Nah,
but you don't bother that. Slugs, the slowest moving predators there is whilst fishing.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen, well, you have seen the DVD.
It was a big slug.
It was a big slug. I don't think people actually genuinely grasp how big that slug was. I'm not exaggerating. It was a foot long.
Yeah.
That is no exaggeration. I mean, a foot long slug. What's the point in that? There's no need, is there?
There is no need.
Obviously, we're past Tescos, but we don't need to
do
be
we?
there. Oh yeah, it was well back there.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Just.
You are seen in many places on magazines, YouTube, DVDs and things. But what exactly would you say is your job description?
Job description.
And how did you get into it?
It's, you know, if someone asked me that question last week, they said, if I had to describe my job to someone, I'll give it a job title. To a bloke I just met down the pub, what would it be? And I really have no idea. He said it should be called professional angler, but that just sounds really, really pretentious. So, I mean, my job's a consultant for Fox and CC Moore, so helping to design and develop products and then promote them where possible. Obviously there's the filming side of things as well, doing the challenge and videos as well, and magazine work. Plus I have my own fishery, and then there's the tuitions as well, the tutorials, which take up probably the majority of my time. Yeah. So it's a difficult one, isn't it? Really, I don't know what my job is.
No 2 days are the same.
No, it's.
I guess that keeps it quite fresh, though.
That's it. I mean, this week it's yesterday I was working at my fishery, and now I'm out filming with you, and then going straight from here to do 2 days of tutorials, nice. And then weekend I try and keep that family time. Although at the weekend I am taking my two daughters fishing for the very first time, so I'm kind of mixing, not business with pleasure, but you know what I mean, it's still fishing.
Yeah. So you mentioned just then about your own fishery. This is something fairly new to me, I've not heard much about it, so can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, it's it's something that my dad and I created back when I was 16 years old in the mid 90s. We just dug it as a small 1 acre coarse fishing pond, that's all it was, and I was match fishing around that time, so it was a good place for me to practice my match fishing.
So you started off with match fishing as well, okay? Yeah,
I started off just general coarse fishing really, and then caught a carp and became hooked. But as I moved into carp fishing, I turned my lake from a coarse pond into a carp fishery. We extended it, made it bigger, and then created a syndicate.
Nice.
And that's what it is today. It's a private syndicate in the northeast.
And what sort of residents are in your lake?
Well, when I launch it as a carp syndicate, everyone told me, I think I mentioned that I wanted to grow a 30, and everyone told me it wasn't achievable in the northeast. And swimming around in there now, well, maybe not now, but they've just spawned. But once we get into the autumn, there'll be 12 or 13 30s in there, and
so well and truly proving them wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's 2 fish which may actually go £40 this autumn.
So when you started the syndicate, you said that a lot of people told you it would be impossible to grow fish to a decent size over £30.
Yeah.
But you've not only done that with 1 or 2 fish, you've done that with over a dozen, I think you said. So yeah, how exactly have you done that?
Well, the reason people said they wouldn't grow big is it's only a small pond. It's 2 acres, and it's they said the climate wasn't right. It was too cold. But you look at lakes in Scandinavia. I mean, their average temperatures are colder than what we have in the northeast, and they've got 50-pounders, and it's all because of the water quality. And that's really what I've spent my time trying to do, is get that water quality perfect. We have a through flow of water, so we're getting a nice regular water exchange. We have aerators on there, so there's lots of dissolved oxygen, and I apply the chalk to stabilise the pH and also reduce the silt.
Yeah. And
all in all, the water quality is exceptional, and it's just absolutely alive with natural food. So I think for me, I've created, their perfect environment, which is why they've grown.
I guess being someone that is able to travel all over the world really fishing, you can take the best bits of
that's it. And I get to go to some brilliant venues, and I'm always picking brains of fishery owners and asking what's worked for them, whether it's a certain type of a feed that they're using to feed the fish or whatever. And there's always something to be learned, and I can apply it to my lake.
We are in the middle of nowhere. Apologies, Mark. I didn't actually know where Tesco was, and we appear to be down a farmer's lane.
We are not near Tesco's.
No, we were talking a bit much, and I'm not familiar with Lincolnshire at all.
No, I'm not even sure this is a road.
No,
it's more of a track.
So we'll sat-nav it back to Tesco.
Yes.
So now we found out where we are, and we are back on track to Tesco. Can you tell me, when you were growing up, like you said, you started fishing when you were 5. Has there been any key role models or anglers or even just key figures that you looked up to as you were progressing in your fishing?
Yeah, I mean, for me, growing up, it was John Wilson was my role model.
Yeah.
I didn't have any family members that got me into fishing. I think a lot of people would probably say it was their dad was their role model, but none of my family were into fishing. So it was John Wilson. He was the only angler on TV. Obviously there wasn't YouTube and social media like there is now. So
or colour TV.
It was colour TV actually. So he brought angling to TV, and I think after watching his programmes, I think I actually did want to be on telly.
Yeah.
As a kid, but I think all kids want to be on telly anyway, don't they? But and then as I moved into carp fishing, I think it was probably Julian Cundiff who I looked up to. I mean, Jules, he's still at it now.
Yeah. So would you say he's still someone you look?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, he's been in the public eye for so long, and not many people can achieve that. So yeah, Jules is someone I look up to massively. And sort of nowadays in my everyday life, I don't know if I should say this or not, but my role models, this is going to go to his head, but my role model is probably Lewis Porter at Fox. He's taught me so much about the industry, and it's someone I look up to massively, really. And then you've got Rob Hughes as well, who's the England captain, and again, just a great role model and a great ambassador for the sport.
The last few years, you've become the face of Carpi and all things Carpi, and how exactly has that come about and taken off the way it has?
It came about as a bit of a Mickey taking thing. It's one of them things where myself and friends were on the bank someone would rock up with a chunky knit jumper, waders, middle of summer. You go, oh, you're carpy. It's kind of a mickey taking thing, but we all try and be carpy, don't we? We all try and do it.
The small things like
Exactly.
folded handles. And what is your take on folded handles?
That's not carpy.
It's not carpy.
Not in the slightest.
I think I was the only person once to fold my handles with big pits whilst pike fishing. And I
That's
got a
carpy.
lot of slate for
No,
it.
it's carpy for doing it for pike fishing.
Better
No,
answer.
that's more tarty than carpy.
If you were to choose someone other than yourself that was carpy, who would it be?
Oh, well, I'm not carpy. I'm far from carpy.
You just give the guidelines for how to be.
Yeah. Although I do try my best to be carpy, but I don't think I am. I think I try too hard. And if you try too hard to be carpy, then you're not carpy.
So who would you choose?
Certain people it just comes naturally to, doesn't it? It's obviously you've got the great Terry
I was
Hearn.
going to say Terry Hearn straight away.
He just oozes carpiness. I think it's just everything he does. He just has a carpy aura, just
It
glowing.
catches the fish to go with it as well.
Well, yeah, there is that.
And that's another question. Is it possible to be carpy whilst always blanking?
Oh yeah,
There is.
yeah.
So you can
don't
look
need
the part,
You
but
don't need
be
to catch
useless.
anything to be carpy.
That is great news. I'm going to tell all my
You
friends.
don't need to
then.
catch a thing. It's all about looking carpy. Blanking's probably more carpy than catching anyway, so it's all right.
And I think you've been asked before, what's the carpiest non-carp species?
This is ever changing. It's ever changing. It's the carpiest non-carp species. You have to think outside the box. You have to stay one step ahead. Because as soon as something becomes carpy,
It's
it
not.
then becomes not carpy. You know what I mean?
It's getting very deep.
It is. Perch.
Perch.
How carpy were they? Not anymore. Grayling. How carpy were they? Not anymore.
So what would you say the current carpy species is? And then you can ruin it.
I don't know. I mean, it's summer. If I had to pick a carpy non-carp species to catch in the summer, it would have to be rudd on floating crust. That's carpy.
Can I just say, are you as excited as I am to be back on an actual road?
It's nice to be on tarmac.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's smoother.
it is smoother.
I feel safer as well. If fishing wasn't something you did, what do you reckon you would be doing instead?
I have no idea.
I know you've grown up always in fishing. Is there
I have
anything
no
you've ever
idea.
intended to make?
It's all I've ever done. I mean, okay, so I fished for the England youth team, and then whilst also being at college studying fishery management, I left college, ran my lake as a day ticket for a few years, and then set up a fishing tackle shop, which was the first shop to specialise in just carp fishing in the whole of the northeast. I ran that for nearly 10 years, and then went into doing what I'm doing now.
So
It's literally all I've ever
what you're saying is that
done.
there is no replacement for fishing.
Not for me.
Never been tempted by it, and even in the future, anything else you'd be interested in taking up, or is it just
I can't.
constantly
It's
fishing?
literally all I've ever done.
In which case, then, what goals do you have in fish world, either currently or in the
Oh,
future?
wow. You know what? It would just be to carry on doing what I'm doing. I know it doesn't sound like a goal. I mean, there's a few sort of personal goals I'd like to do, like I'd like to see me achieve. That's, as I said before, if I could grow a northeast 40 pounder in my lake, that is something that I've really got my mind and my heart set on.
Yeah.
I mean, fishing, it's never going to leave me. People actually ask me, because I'm on the bank pretty much 5 days a week, don't ever get sick of it, and
Yeah.
the answer is no. I've never ever lost the passion. It's something I've always done and always loved doing, and it's at no point in my life have I had a break from it. Never.
That's good, because often if you get free supply or something, or something you can do as much as you like, you almost lose the draw to do it. But
Yeah,
you've never
no,
lost that.
no, never.
I need one of those clicky
Can I
boards,
click?
if you want. Do a thing. Cheers for that one.
Ooh, it's warm in here.
It is. It's too hot. You like it warm though, don't you?
Oh, I do like it warm, but there's no air.
One of the most popular things you do at the moment is the challenge. And being a challenge, obviously, it's not meant to be easy, but are there any things in particular that hold you back when you're doing those?
Just Harry and his rule changing. That's it, really. There's nothing else I don't think's really held me back. Yeah, Harry does have a tendency of changing rules. There was one noticeably where I had to guess whether the fish was larger or smaller than the previous fish before. I think it was within 10 seconds of picking up the rod.
Yeah.
And I got right to the last fish pretty much, and yeah, it was all going very, very smoothly. And he decided to change it, and I had to, upon hooking it, I had to guess the fish. I had to guess the weight of the fish to the nearest pound.
Yeah.
And that was a rule change which should never have happened. I should never have allowed it to happen. And consequently, I failed that challenge by 1 ounce. So basically, that's the only thing that really holds me back, I would say.
Can I put a challenge forward to you, and you have to do it in the future? We'll shake on it now.
Well, we'll shake on it afterwards.
You have to catch a carp on a slug.
That's why I wanted to shake on it afterwards. Not a chance. Not a chance.
It would have been a good one then.
Yeah.
I'll message Harry. You do know that I'm driving like a chauffeur for you right now. This is my good driving. The way I work it.
I'm driving next time.
Oh, Tescos,
Where
yeah.
are you going? Oh, so erratic.
I've taken another wrong turn.
I did say I get motion sickness, don't I?
Yeah. So even reverse is horrible, is it?
Well, it's not so much the reversing. It's like spinning around like you're Colin McRae. And ooh, it's warm.
It is warm. Might be too warm.
Yeah, I like it warm.
Yeah. One ice cream.
Ooh, yes. I think I'll stick one in my mouth and one up my arsehole. That'll
cool it down with it. While we're having these, I've got a few little questions to see how carpy you are. These were written up back at the office. So I've got some answers and you've got to get them right. So, bucket hat or 5-panel cap?
bucket hat.
That is right.
Thank you.
Perch or grayling?
Currently grayling.
You're right on that one as well.
I know.
Which phrase is carpier? A, one in the slammer, B, sulking in the net, or C, one sulking in the cells?
Sulking in the cells.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Fish in a Belgian canal or somewhere remote in Germany?
Ooh. You know what? Currently, Germany.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Would you do this? Abandon your family in order to catch a carp on Christmas Day?
It's annoying. Sorry, that's really unprofessional, isn't it? Would I abandon? When you say abandon, what about just pop down the lake, catch one, then come back?
Yeah, say your wife's just dishing up the turkey and you think, I gotta go catch fish.
I'd quickly nip. Yeah, I'd do it very quickly. Not, I wouldn't go for like 24 hours, but yeah.
That is correct as well.
Thank you.
When it comes to swim choice, would you opt for A, a nice purpose-built swim that is flat, dry and covered in wood chip, or B, a muddy swamp that looks like Glastonbury?
See, I'm kind of, I do kind of like it. No, I do actually. For some reason, I just don't like wood chip. I've got a thing about wood chip. I really don't like it. So I don't mind a bit of mud. I'll go for the mud.
That's a good answer. Oh, it's really cold.
Yeah.
Might be too cold. Your bivvy inside a gazebo, yes or no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Rod so ridiculously close that your handles touch each other, or even when folded, or having your rod strayed like Terry Hearn?
Splayed out. I don't have them that. No, I don't like them
straight like Terry Hearn. Would you be inclined to write terms as such as "it's cold" or "burr" on your frost-covered shelter and then post it on Instagram?
No, I would not.
That's correct. Who's right there with ice creams?
Too cold.
I got sensitive teeth. Moving on. What's the Carpier phrase? A, happy days. B, pucker. Or to give its usual pronunciation, paka. Or C, lovely times.
Ooh, they're tricky ones. What were they again?
Happy days?
No.
That's like one of my most popular ones. Damn it.
Yeah.
Pucker, or to give its usual pronunciation, paka.
Yeah.
Or lovely times.
I'm gonna go with pucker.
Pucker. You're wrong.
Am I?
It's lovely times.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that said ever.
You don't watch Nash, do you? Yes, I said it on a Fox video. Where would you rather have your trophy shots taken? In front of Burger King like Daryl Peck? In front of a no fishing sign?
Ooh.
In front of a burnt out car? Or in the middle of the woods?
Oh my god. All of the above.
No, it's not an answer.
I'm sure
You sound like a politician saying that.
Really?
He's giving a blanket answer.
Well, I think all of them are very credible. I don't think there's a right or wrong there. I'm sorry.
Well, the answer we've got is
Whoa,
a burnt out car.
I was gonna answer.
Well, you're too late. You waffled. A big beard or an owl on your shoulder?
Ooh. Owl.
That is correct. You did quite well.
Thank you.
Well done. You've earned yourself a second round trees.
Fruit pasta lolly. These are good. They've made me feel better. I don't feel like I'm gonna throw up in your lap now. I literally have gone from feeling like I was gonna die to feeling like I want to sing a mother song.
Probably you should say that.
Probably should have. Oh yeah.
Looking in your eyes, I see a paradise. This world that I found is too good to be true. Standing here beside you, want so much to give you this love in my heart that I'm feeling for you.
As someone that fishes several times a week, you've probably come across your fair share of annoyances. What would be your main pet hate when fishing?
Without a doubt, it's baby mallets, and it seems I'm in the minority. I think with this one because I got asked this question just last night on Fox's Live Tuesday.
Yeah.
And when I said that, people were really defensive, and I think I kind of kicked the hornet's nest a bit. They were really, really agitated as to why I said it, but I just the sound of malleting around the lake, I just hate it. But I was fishing on Swan Lake on the Stanic Lakes complex last year on a tutorial, and it's a brilliant water full of fish, and we had the fish absolutely pack manning on floaters on the top. There were loads of them, just backs out the water, mouths out the water, pack manning. And a guy turned up on the opposite bank, malleted in his bank sticks, then he malleted in his bivvy, didn't like where his bivvy was, so took it down, moved it, malleted it all in again, and then fish just stopped feeding like that. That's it, just stopped. And it took ages for them to start feeding again, and it just proved, the damage, if you like, that it's doing to the swim. Yeah.
Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us now. And if this world runs out of lovers, we'll still have each other. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop us now. Oh.
So with the DVD, you made a lot of memories, and as I said, you probably won't ever go back to it because you probably can't replicate the same trip.
Yeah.
Is there any lakes or places you'd love to fish? Iconic places to you?
There's so many. It's where do you begin? I've always wanted to fish Morocco.
Yeah.
That's somewhere I've always wanted to go. But, I mean, there's so many places in Europe. There's so many lakes in Europe. Just, I'd love to go on a road trip across Europe, and a couple of days in France, in Germany, and then into Eastern Europe, and it's where do you start and where's the end? It's it's one of them. Actually, actually, another thing I'd like to go. I think more for the novelty factor is in Thailand.
Or what they call
The Gillham's Resort
Yeah.
and what have you. It's I mean, it looks a bit. The fish look a bit mental.
yeah, I can't remember the name of them now. Is it Siamese carp?
Yeah, the Siamese carp and
Yeah.
big catfish and the maripimers and what have you. It's all a bit. It's crazy, but
Maybe it's the next non-carpy carp species.
Maybe, yeah. I think it'd be an incredible experience.
Yeah. Plus in Thailand, you never know what's going to be underneath the fish nets.
Nothing's gonna stop us.
Go on!
Whoa!
That's carpy.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
That was amazing.
That was it.
That was incredible. How good was that?
My crotch is moist, but I think it's because this drip. Well, here we are back at Old Mill Lakes. My journey was a little longer than we anticipated.
Yes, it was 10 minutes to Tesco's. We've been on the road.
About an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half,
So-
yeah. So a bit of a detour.
But it's nice weather for a drive. And you're feeling a little bit better now.
Yeah, the lollies have perked me up a bit. I did feel like I was going to throw up on more than one occasion, but no, I'm good now.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I've enjoyed asking you questions. I hope you all enjoyed it, finding out a bit more about Mark. Enjoy your tutorial.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining me.
Cheers,
I'm
mate.
sure I'll see you again sometime.